What if, when Hollywood's blue-collar icon drops by for a feel-good celebration, only to walk straight into a political ambush on live TV? It was supposed to be harmless, just a sweet summertime PR spot. Mark Wahlberg, ice cream cones, a cheerful audience on The View. But nothing is ever that simple on daytime's most divisive stage, especially not when Ana Navarro is in the room. As Mark handed out scoops and praised small-town values, Ana pounced, branding the whole segment tone-deaf, accusing Wahlberg of selling comfort while people are drowning in inequality. He tried to keep it light. She made it personal. What followed was a brutal on-air confrontation about fame, privilege, and what it really means to give back. Navarro's barbs were sharp. Wahlberg's patience snapped. And in a moment no one saw coming, Mark Wahlberg stood up, tossed his mic on the table, and walked straight off the set. Security didn't escort him. He didn't need it. But the audience? They erupted, some cheering, some booing, as the internet lit up with one burning question. Was this a celebrity meltdown or a culture war boiling over in real time?
It was National Ice Cream Day, and The View was dressed for the occasion. Bright backdrops, Sunday stations, a playful, nostalgic atmosphere, the kind that brings smiles before the first segment even begins. The audience buzzed as a surprise guest was announced. Mark Wahlberg, the everyman superstar, Hollywood's tough guy with a heart. He walked out in a crisp polo, sleeves rolled, cone in hand. The crowd roared. Mark grinned. "Let's cool off a little," he joked, handing Joy Behar a mint chocolate chip. Laughter, cameras flashing. Joy played along. "You come bearing gifts. I like that," she quipped. For a moment, it felt like daytime TV at its best. Breezy, fun, forget the headlines kind of stuff. Then Ana Navarro leaned forward, not smiling. "Mark," she began, tone clipped, "it's nice that we're celebrating dessert today, but do you think this kind of segment is maybe a bit out of touch?" Mark paused, cone halfway to his mouth. "Out of touch?" Ana pressed. "Millions are struggling. Record heat waves. Families can't afford groceries, and we're here giggling about sprinkles." Joy shifted in her seat. Whoopi blinked. The tone of the room changed, fast. Mark kept his cool. "I think people are allowed to smile, Ana. We've had a rough few years. A scoop of ice cream doesn't fix the world, but it sure helps for a second." The tension thickened, like melted fudge. The audience, moments ago laughing, was now dead silent. Ana folded her arms. "That's easy to say when you're worth $400 million. Mark's smile faded. That was the moment the celebration stopped feeling sweet, and the showdown was just beginning.
Mark Wahlberg leaned back, ice cream untouched, jaw set. He wasn't a stranger to criticism, but not like this, not on live TV, not when he'd come to promote a charity partnership, giving free ice cream to underprivileged kids nationwide. Joy Behar chuckled nervously, trying to break the rising tension. All right, are we really going to politicize pistachio?" But Ana Navarro wasn't done. She turned toward the camera. "It's not about flavors, Joy. It's about platform. This show reaches millions, and when someone like Mark comes here, we should be talking about real issues, not waffle cones." Mark sat up straighter, voice calm but charged. "I grew up in a working-class family. I've been in trouble, I've rebuilt, I've given back. I didn't come here to argue over dessert. I came here to spread a little joy, no pun intended." Whoopi raised an eyebrow, sensing the storm. "Ana, maybe this ain't the day to pick that fight." But Ana shot back. "Why not? Why is it always not today? Why is it tone policed every time someone asks a celebrity to do more than smile for the camera?" The live audience stirred, whispers, murmurs, even a few gasps. Someone in the back yelled, "Let him talk!" Mark turned to Anna, more direct now. "You're making this about politics. I'm making it about people. This isn't performative. This is personal." Anna's response cut deep. "Then act like it. Don't show up with sprinkles and expect applause." That's when Joy Behar snapped. "Oh, for God's sake, Anna, he's not the president. He's holding a fucking cone." Gasps. A producer flinched. Someone dropped their cue card. And just like that, The View wasn't celebrating National Ice Cream Day anymore. It was melting live right before America's eyes.
The silence after Joy's outburst wasn't peaceful. It was thick, awkward, and pulsing with disbelief. Cameras kept rolling. The ice cream, once a symbol of lighthearted fun, had now become a metaphor for everything cracking beneath the surface. Mark Wahlberg looked stunned, but not surprised. He slowly placed his cone on the table, the vanilla now dripping into a sticky puddle beneath his fingers. "I don't need applause," he said quietly, looking out to the audience, "but I won't be mocked for showing up with good intentions." Joy Behar, red-faced but defiant, doubled down. "You celebrities think tossing some money around and handing out sweets is activism. It's branding, PR dressed up in sugar." Sunny Hostin tried to mediate, her voice measured. "Joy, I think what he's doing is helping. It may not solve everything, but it's something. Not everyone needs to march to make a difference." But the moment was already spiraling. Twitter had exploded. Hashtag ConeGate was trending. Clips of Joy's "he's holding a fucking cone" rant had already been memified and remixed into TikTok audios. Viewers were furious, confused, divided. Was Joy exposing Hollywood hypocrisy, or was she tearing down an ally trying to do good? Ana Navarro leaned in, pushing once more. "You want praise for charity, Mark? Then answer this. Where were you during the school lunch funding debates? Where were you when SNAP cuts were being debated?" Mark didn't flinch. "I was in South LA building a rec center. I don't post every move I make. Some of us do the work quietly." The crowd applauded. And just like that, the momentum shifted. Mark wasn't there to sell an image. He was there because he believed in showing up, even when it wasn't easy, even when ice cream turned into fire. But for Joy, the damage was done. The tension she'd stoked had gone viral, and viewers were now asking the question no one at the table was ready to answer. When did The View stop listening and start melting down instead?
But for Joy, the damage was done. The tension she'd stoked had gone viral, and viewers were now asking the question no one at the table was ready to answer. When did The View stop listening and start melting down instead? As Mark sat silent and Joy stared down at the table, the cone between them became more than a dessert. It was a symbol of the moment, fragile, melting, impossible to put back together. And in that silence, the real controversy had only just begun. Disclaimer: this video is a work of fiction created solely for entertainment purposes. The events, dialogues, and interactions depicted are entirely imaginary and are not based on any verified real-life occurrences. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. This story reflects creative interpretation and fan-driven narrative, not factual reporting.